Hello, welcome to the Gingerblade pre-match. Little preview for you. Playing against Peterborough tomorrow at home. I'll be going. Heard a few injuries, a few players unavailable. It's another thing to worry about. So it sounds to me like McGoldrick's out. I don't know if he'd have started anyway. He didn't start against Huddersfield, whether they was injured in that one. Robin Olsen probably can't play by the looks of it because he's only just come back, and because of all sorts of things, including Brexit, looks like he might not be involved. Ben Davies might be out. That'll be another worry. Who else did he say was out? Stevens is still out. Hurahan might not be able to play because he's only just come back from international duty. Berger's had COVID. So that's quite a lot missing. So we'll probably see Gibbs-white start as he has been training. We'll probably still see Norwood and Fleck start. I'm assuming he'll still play a three at the back with Basham, Egan, and if Davies isn't fit, we'll see Jack Robinson play over there. Fotheringham will probably be in goal. You'll probably see Baldock might be out. If Baldock's out, then Bogle will play. Wouldn't mind seeing Bogle play anyway, to be honest. I don't think Baldock's done bad, but his final ball has been poor. Norrington Davis left wing back. Then we'll probably see a midfield three, maybe of Gibbs-white, Norwood, and Fleck. And then you're probably looking at two up front of Sharp and I don't know. It'll be either McBurney or Brewster or Burke. I don't know. It's going to be an interesting one. Peterborough, a team that on paper again we can beat, but we can beat majority of teams on paper. So it's going to be a real test as to whether we can actually beat one of these teams that we're expected to beat. Although we've been expected to beat every one of them, West Brom, I think, so far, and we haven't. But something needs to change, and I think now the transfer window's done, I don't think there's any more excuses anymore, even though, we probably could have done with 2 or 3 more players on top of with what we did get. I think looking at Jukanovic's interview, he still looks like he's probably not overly chuffed with what we've got in the squad. But I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do. I mean, we've got a Saturday and a Tuesday now. I think really we're going to need at least a win and a draw in these 2 games. Otherwise, it's not going to be particularly pretty. Yeah, things need to turn around. But I still believe in Jukanovic. I think you need to give him time. He had, it took him a while at Fulham. I still think if you look at what we've got, though, is an attacking 3. He had at Fulham in Sessegnon, Mitrovic, and is it Cabana he played on the other side? He had a 3 that worked as a front 3. We don't have that. So he's going to have to try and work with a 3 at the back system, which he's never really used before. But if he can adapt to our system rather than us adapting to his system, maybe it'll work. I would say that, when Wilder came in, Wilder didn't want to play a 3 at the back. Wilder played a 4 at the back, and then we just adapted into a 3 at the back. Wilder didn't play a 3 at the back at Northampton. He didn't play a 3 at the back at Oxford before he was with us. So people say, it's the Chris Wilder system. It's the system they fell upon. It's a system that actually we played under Nigel Adkins. And yeah, all right, overlapping centre halves and things. We didn't have that under Adkins. We just played a 3 at the back. But, we fell into a system that ended up working because we had fullbacks that fit the system. We had Freeman, who was playing at the time, who fit the system. We had Basham, who perfect for the right wing back slot, right centre back slot. We had O'Connell, who was perfect for the left centre back slot. We had people who were capable of playing in the centre of that. We had players who were capable of playing in midfield in one just push forward, and we didn't have conventional wide players. We were playing Duffy out wide, who was really wanting to come inside quite often, with jinking around. We had Fleck, who fit that left channel side, but we were going to play him at left midfield because I think we played Matty Doan out on the left wing quite a bit when he first came in. I like Matty Doan, but for me he was a central striker. He ended up playing left wing back in the end for a little while, but Duffy just behind 2 strikers, that worked. So he fell upon it, and then we kept with it. And I think unfortunately over the years we've ended up literally signing every player to that system. We didn't have an option of a wide player we could bring on. Everyone was brought to that system, and it's been like that for a while. So, it's going to take a while to shift everyone out from really being correct for that system. Would O'Connell play well in a 2 at the back? Would Basham play well in a 2 at the back? Then certainly not as well as what they would have played not as well as what they play as a 3 at the back. And fullbacks, we've got people like Bogle now. I don't think he plays well in a 4. I know he did it at Derby, but he wasn't particularly successful at Derby. Baldock probably wouldn't play as well at a right back. He did at MK Dons, but that's ages ago in League One. And then the 3 we've got in midfield. Now we obviously play a flat 3, which we did in the Premier League. Maybe we don't need to do that anymore. Maybe we could have one pushed in front. If you got Norwood and Fleck sat behind him, or Hurahan or Berger, or wherever you're going to put. I'd actually like to see Berger, when he does play higher up behind the strikers. I think that'll be something really interesting, because the higher up he is, the better I think he is. I don't think he looks like a holding midfield player to me. He's not good enough on the ball. He's not capable of playing these fancy passes. The best part of his game is running with the ball at his feet and holding people off with his strength, and he needs to work on his final ball. I want to see him get the ball outside the box and have a few more shots. That's what I want to see from Berger. Don't know if he'll be playing tomorrow. He may be able to play on the bench, but if he does, then it'll be an option there. But as well, we've got Ndiaye. Ndiaye maybe could fill in that hole. Luke Freeman definitely will play in that hole. So if you're playing that, maybe if you're going to play that 3 at the back system with wing backs, and you've got Basham, Egan, and whether it be Davis or Robinson, that's fine. Then you got Baldock and Norrington Davis, or Bogle and Norrington Davis, or whatever. Then if you want to play Norwood and Fleck, play him in a 2, holding 2 next to each other, and then play Luke Freeman just in front, Ben Osborne just in front. Start Ben Osborne in midfield next to Norwood. If Berger's fit, play Berger just in front, or play Berger instead of Norwood. I don't think he'll do it, but I don't think Norwood's anywhere near as bad as people say he is, by the way. I think what you're expecting from Norwood, he's always been up and down. Norwood, he's always been up and down, up and down, up and down. Even in the season we got promoted, and everyone was hailing him as like, oh yes, the best thing we've seen. He still had bad games. I remember playing against Birmingham. He did a bad pass and his head went, and he had a poor game for the majority of the game, really. And Fleck's a player we need to build his confidence up, because he needs to get in a run of form. He's always had little spells where he's not been great. Because Fleck, at the minute, he's not playing awful. He's just not really noticeable on the pitch, and you need to sort of play him into spells of form, Fleck. And then you've got obviously the issues with the strikers. Who do you play up front? Do you play Billy Sharp? Probably going to have to play Billy Sharp, but is he more useful to bring him off the bench? And then who do you play? I still think that if you put McBurney and Brewster up front and give them opportunities, they will score. Seems like McGoldrick's injured. Don't think he'd play anyway, although I do love watching McGoldrick. He's my favourite player to watch. But, goal threat. I mean, he was his top scorer last season, so we can't really say he isn't a goal threat. I just think that he's probably more capable of scoring than quite a lot of others at the minute, because we're not creating opportunities for the strikers. And McGoldrick will create a goal for himself by a little run outside the box and a shot outside the box, or through actually running onto something, in an area where you wouldn't maybe catch a normal striker, because we don't create for usual strikers. That's why McGoldrick scored so many goals last season. We didn't create chances for McBurney or Brewster, and McGoldrick scored goals because McGoldrick will score goals created for himself. He scores spectacular goals. He doesn't score tap-ins because he's quite good at missing the tap-ins. But anyway, much looking forward to the game tomorrow. If anyone's new to this channel, then have a look at some of the other things on there. What have I got on there now? I think I spoke about... I've got my programme reviews, match of that day. I'm not going to edit this one, by the way, because it's literally the day before and I've got some work I need to do. So I'm just going to throw it on, put my titles on, put my credits on, and throw it on. I'm a videographer, is my actual job. So I am capable of editing videos much better than I've edited the ones on my channel so far. My video company, by the way, is called Mint Jelly Media. I'll leave the information in the description below if you want to go and check out my website. Check out my YouTube channel with my films and some of my work on there. You can do that. And other than that, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Please like. See you later.